Would you like to have a realistic race engineer sounding like this?
Green, green, green. Car left, car left. 3 wide, you're on the right. Clear all around. Incident in Sector 1. Sector 1 is yellow. Clear left. Stewards have warned us about track limits. Keep it between the lines.
Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you how to download, set up and use CrewChief for Le Mans Ultimate. CrewChief is a mod available on PC for said Le Mans Ultimate, but also other racing games such as R-Factor 2, iRacing and even the Formula 1 games, plus many more. In this video, like I said, I'm going to show it for Le Mans Ultimate. The overall setup, including the download, is the same for every game. However, the finer details do differentiate. The first thing you're going to do is head onto the official webpage, thecrewchief.org. The webpage is linked below in the video description and in the comments. Once you're here, you just click on Download CrewChief for PC. That will start the download within your browser. Then you do a click onto the file. You will get a warning from your computer if you use Windows 11. You can just click on Further Information and then ignore it and still start it. Then you'll end up in the setup wizard as seen here. You have to agree to the license agreement. You can change the folder if you want to, where it's installed. For me, this has always worked in the basic folder that it selects. Just click through it, let it install. You will have to allow the program to install and change things on your computer. That's important. If you don't do that, it will not. Once you have those, it goes pretty quick. Tick Launch CrewChief and then hit Finish. That will automatically launch CrewChief. Alright, so once you have installed it and started it, this is how CrewChief looks. Probably on your computer it will now be in bright mode. I will show you in a sec how to also set up dark mode. A general overview. At the top here you have the overview of every single game it supports, which is a lot. In our case we're setting it up for Le Mans Ultimate. If you're using a different game, it's very important to select the proper game or it will not work. Obviously here you start CrewChief, fairly simple. Here you have message and background volume. Important to know is that CrewChief has integrated background noise, making the mod sound like a real pit wall, so you'll have some cars and whatnot going off in the background. I usually set that to around about half of my message volume. That's something you can play around with on your own. At the top here you can set your name, which is pretty cool because he will then address you with your name. You can't put in any name, you have to select one. However, for example, in my case, it will find very similar names. The selection is pretty big. Once you have, you can just select that and then he'll do that. Here you can try between two different voices if you like. I just leave it on Jim. Up here we have the properties, which is the first thing you want to click onto. Once inside, I generally find that CrewChief is very well set up for Le Mans Ultimate. There are a few things you should change though. Down here, don't worry, this might look slightly different in bright mode. You will find at the same position enable DRS beeps and DRS messages. This is usually turned on like this here. However, you do not want this because DRS is something in Formula 1 or has been in Formula 1 and is not needed in endurance racing. However, on tracks such as, for example, Bahrain or Imola, where Formula 1 does race, you will get this DRS beep then, which is just annoying. So important to turn that off. If you wish to switch between dark mode and bright mode, you'll find it here on the left side. You can just change it right there. And what you optionally can turn on is use sweary messages. Usually this is turned off, like this here. If you want him to here and there swear, it's not too often, but he will then sometimes swear within his messages, you can turn that on. Once you have done your settings, you just click on Save Profile Settings and Restart. That will close CrewChief and restart it automatically, as seen. That's if you change bright mode to dark mode, when that will happen. Basically now, CrewChief should work. What you can then do is, once you have selected the proper game, hit Start CrewChief.
Radio check.
And you will hear him perform a radio check. If he does not say radio check, you probably have an issue, which we'll get into in a sec. If he does, chances are high that everything will work. What you can now do is start your game and try it out. There is no order in which way to do this. You can first start your game, then start CrewChief, first CrewChief, then your game. You can do it in the middle of a race, in the middle of a qualifying, whatever. There's no order. It works without any issues. If you do have an issue, there are a few basic things you can check. First of all, sometimes, as seen here, the sound packs need updating. Then you will have those two buttons below this large text field here. If you do, just click on update and they both will update automatically. Important is though, sometimes the message appears that you need to restart it, sometimes it doesn't. Important is after updating those packs, close the program and reopen it again. Just restart it once. If you don't have those things appearing and generally have issues, one easy thing is force an update check. Once you click on that, it will say that it needs to restart to check for updates. You just click on OK. Once again, it closes and reopens automatically. If it doesn't find any updates, you can also check up here if your playback devices are set correctly. The message playback device, for example, if it would be set to my monitor, I might have some issues with hearing it from my monitor or maybe even not at all. So set this to your headset or wherever you want to hear it. Same if you want to use the speech inputs, you always need to set your microphone, and you custom or separately have to set your background device. So the same here, message goes for the message volume and this will go for background volume. So it's important that you set both of those to the same device. In my case, this is my headset, and maybe that will already solve some issues. If you do still have another issue, you can sometimes find error messages here. They might be able to help you further. If you have other issues or anything else you'd like to let me know, use the comment section down below. Thanks for watching. I hope you understood how to use it. Goodbye.